Welcome to an uplifting moment. Our theme, allowing for the unscheduled in the schedule. While taking my morning walk, I passed someone's trash can that had been placed at the end of their driveway for the garbage truck to pick up. It was full, the lid pushed partly open by all the contents. Conspicuous on top was a book in the trash. "There can't be a crisis today, my schedule is already full," was the title. I've never read the book, but if I dare judge a book by its cover, I'm not surprised the owner pitched it. The title contradicts reality. In spite of our insistence otherwise, a crisis will often interrupt our schedule. In fact, it doesn't even take a crisis to be an interruption. Many less serious circumstances than a crisis can disrupt our plans. If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans is an adaptation of the old Yiddish proverb, man plans and God laughs. Yes, making plans is necessary and wise to do, but to insist they'll not change is laughable. All of our plans are subject to change, without even a moment's notice. God is sovereign, in ultimate control, and we are not. Now that I'm into my 70th decade of living, I can look back on many plans I had that didn't turn out the way I planned. Many of those plans I prayed over and believed were God's will for me. I was wrong. In spite of many of my plans not turning out the way I wanted, I still make plans, seeking to be guided by God in doing so and praying boldly to Him that those plans will unfold. Now, the reason I can pray boldly is that I trust God, who is infinitely wiser than me, as to whether He makes my plans happen. So, each day we make our plans, but we also should plan for the possibility that God will interrupt or change those plans. He has His own plans for us, and many times that means an interruption to our plans. Sometimes those interruptions are a crisis, painful, an accident, a shocking medical report, someone's bad behavior, and we could go on. What we need to hold on to at such times is that God's still on His throne and in control, and He has a plan. He's a good God, so ultimately His plan will be proven to be good. I know it takes a lot of faith to believe that, and so part of our plan has to be asking God to help us trust Him. Sometimes the interruptions aren't horrendously bad, just annoying. But I was planning to, and this happens frequently in a single day. Again, it's a teachable moment God wants to use to remind us that we're to be yielding our lives over to Him. God has His plans for us, and sometimes it's difficult to know what those might be. He tends not to tell us beforehand. But one plan of God's for us we can know for a certainty is that He's planning on putting the unscheduled into our schedule. Proverbs 19 verse 21 says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Thank you for joining me for this, an uplifting moment.